Hey everybody, I'm Mike, this is Budget Guns and Gear Reviews, and you are watching the Right of the People single shot, where it's you, me, and whatever stripped my trigger today. So uncover your keyboards and fire up your fingers. Time to join the conversation. Hey everybody, I'm Mike, this is Budget Guns and Gear Reviews, and no, it is not Friday at 11:30 p.m. Eastern. It is, in fact, well, I guess now it's Wednesday at 12:31 a.m. Eastern. This is not a regular edition of the Right of the People. This is, in fact, a Right of the People single shot, as I'm sure you already heard in my rather long and drawn-out intro, right? Just had to go live on this. Yeah, single shot, because that's all that will be left after Bloomberg is elected. Yeah, I know, right? At least if he has his way. But, of course, that won't be the only thing left. His protectors and minions will have, well, whatever he wants them to have. Because, yeah, that's what we're going to discuss today. USCCA ad? Awesome. Good. I am a USCCA member, as a matter of fact. I have their insurance. I think that... it's pretty important if you're gonna carry a firearm and possibly have to use it, that you be prepared for the potential aftermath of that. We carry a gun because we don't want our life to end, but we should carry insurance because we don't want our financial life to end either. But enough of that soapbox. First, let me welcome the folks who decided to hop in on the panel Rooney today. We have the irascible yet lovable Squibload. How you doing, sir?
Happy post every second matters.
Yes. Yesterday was E2M, wasn't it? And we have Mike from GunTube, otherwise known as He Who Strikes at Night, Night Strike 1. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right.
Nah.
Yesterday
Right.
I had to deal with earlier this evening I had to deal with birthday festivities, so cake and ice cream.
Oh, whose birthday?
My brother.
Well, happy birthday to him.
Yep.
First off, I'd like to apologize for quarking DGS. When I set this up, I had waited till after midnight to see if G was going to go live. He wasn't live, so I said, sure, why not do this? And then he sets it up and starts to go live.
And then 10 minutes later, he starts alive.
Yeah, so, yeah. But I figure that, there's enough choice out there, that enough people out there that like his stuff, enough people that like my stuff, that I think we can peacefully coexist. I hope so. So, yeah.
You can always catch the replay.
That's right. So let me go out there in the chat and say hello. We got Kinky Sphincter out there, Grim90. They were some early adopters. Night Strike and Squibload pulling double duty in here. We got Midnight Range TM out there. Calaveras 32 Special. Hello, everybody who's out there. If you are not saying hello in the chat, sound off so I can say hi. I want this to be a two-way conversation, not just a... one-way lecture like it is on conventional radio and television. This is all of us here involved. Even if you're not on the panel, you're part of the show in the chat. Even if you're listening to this on the replay, you're still part of the show. Leave a comment below. Sound off on what you think about the issues that we discuss. Let's see. Speaking of sounding off, Midnight Range says, duh, he is more important than us. The guys that are protecting him are trained, not brain-damaged simpletons like us. Well, yeah. Squib, though, rightly points out that all that training the government gave me was worthless. Yep. And yes, Calaveras, it's a random Monday live. Yes. I'm not working tonight. I have to be up all night, and I figured, well, why not come on here and do something semi-productive and gripe and complain and spread the word about that Bloomberg turd, right? Gunsnob says it's my bedtime, but I'm still here for some reason. Well, you're a big boy. You make your own decisions. So, I'm glad to see you.
Right.
I'm pretty sure you get a link. If you want to hop in, Snobs, feel free. If you don't get a link, let me know.
Tell Ellis that he doesn't have the right.
That. What's that?
Yeah, just because Bloomberg says some random crap doesn't mean it's true. And again, just because he says the one thing or the other, that doesn't mean it's true. And yeah, let me tell Ellis that he shouldn't have firearms because considering he was born with a shotgun.
He was born with a shotgun. How's that?
What? He's a Hatfield.
Ah, well, yes, that. Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sure with a name like Hatfield, you probably better be born with a shotgun, right?
Exactly.
Pickle says not complaining, just a statement. Cool. I figured it was more along the lines of an observation, but hey, why not? It is out of the norm for me to be on at this time of night. Any night other than Sunday, and generally speaking, if I'm on at this time Sunday, I've already been on for an hour or so. So, Gunsnob says he's in bed. He's got one, but he really needs to be sleeping. Well, hey, you've probably come to the right place because I suspect we'll bore you to death. First thing I'm going to bore you all to death with is a sneak peek at, for those of you who know, who've been following, which I think everybody out there knows that I see in the chat, I'm having this sticker sale for the NRAM fundraising thing and have a contest going along with that. Got the stickers in, and that's what they look like. They are really freaking cool. Very high quality stuff. The company I got them from, Rockin' Monkey, is based, they're out of Texas. And these are vinyl stickers. They have a UV resistant coating on them. They're able to stick on whatever, and they're rated to be outside for 5 years. So go check it out. I think Night Strike put the link to the sticker sale out in the chat. So thank you, sir. Those that may or may not. Buddy. I'm sorry?
No problem, buddy.
Those that may want to get a hat similar to the one I'm wearing, but not in green because I don't have any in green. There are some hats that I'm selling over in the swag store on the website, so go check that out too. You can just buy those. I will be putting up some black hats with the patch on it, probably starting tomorrow or the day after, whenever I get around. Probably not tomorrow. I'm not going to have a chance to do it tomorrow because tomorrow I'm working a double shift and then going back in on Wednesday for my regular afternoon shift, so I'm not sure when, but maybe sometime by the end of the week, by the weekend anyway, I'll be able to put the black hats up on the website. So if you like the concept of a hat but don't like any of the jewel tone colors that I have, and remember that royal blue there is not so blue, it's actually more of a royal, as I said. I don't know why the light when I took that picture was so horrible, but yeah, this is more true to the colors. This is the navy. This is the royal. But I really like the navy. I think that's pretty sharp. Midnight says he's super hoping he wins the scope. Can't afford one for the HOA I've had the damn thing over a year. Yeah, it would, and that one would be perfect. It's a good scope. Midnight. Yeah, just get you on Tony to send you one. As a matter of fact, yeah. I will matter of fact, I'll forward you his email address and let you get in touch with him because I'm sure he'll hook you up. Yep, Gunsnob's thinking the same thing. Great minds think alike. Of course, I don't know what that says about you, brother, if you're thinking like me. But anyhow, let's get to the meat of the issue. Our buddy Mike Bloomberg. Wow. Our campaigning tyrant in waiting wants to, as all of you know, based upon his actions in funding the March for Our Lives, Every Town for Gun Safety, Moms Demand Attention, Mayors Against Illegal Guns, etc., 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 etc. Pretty much the entire modern gun control movement is funded out of Michael Bloomberg's purse. Anyhow, Oh, and pretty much
It's
all the
Mini Mike.
anti-gun
It's not-
politicians are having seats bought by him. Let's not forget that. Anyhow,
Eric.
Mike Bloomberg has admitted.
Mini Mike.
I call him Mikey Mike because he's Mikey Mike in a funky bunch. But Mini Mikey Mike, I hate the fact that I share a name with that sumbitch.
How do you think I feel?
Makes me want to puke. Hello, Erstwhile. How you doing? I don't believe I've ever seen you out there in the chat. Welcome to the show. Normally, you would have to check this out at 11:30 p.m. on Sunday night, but this is what I call a Right of the People single shot, where I just pick one topic that's burning me that day, and I just have to go on and talk about it. So,
but you aren't the only Michael in the room. You know
yeah,
I don't like it either.
That sucks. He is not part of the Mike Militia, by the way.
He is not part of the Mike Militia, ever.
So stick around, Erstwhile. Hopefully you like what you see and be part of the conversation, man. And good night to you, Snob. You have a good one, sir. We got Mystic Guns out there, Sean Callahan. Obnoxious One popped in, which if you don't get a link, Obnoxious, let me know. I will send you one. You should be getting a link. I can't remember who all is on my, hey, come be on my show list. So if you don't have a link and you want one, let me know there, Orange Man, and I'll pop you in. Anyhow, let's get to talking about Mikey Mike. Mini Mike. That asshole. Anyhow. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I know.
That's one.
That's one. I'm not supposed to, for those of you who are new to the show, I generally try to keep this at PG-13 and not cuss. I like to have it be family friendly. But yeah.
But he's really angry tonight.
Bloomberg tends to bring out the worst in me. Speaking of Bloomberg, this is a piece from Breitbart News from, when was it? It was March 2nd, 2020. Watch. Bloomberg tries to defend using armed guards while pushing gun control. An attendee at the March 2nd, 2020 Fox News Town Hall asked Mike Bloomberg why he pushes gun control for the common man, but surrounds himself with armed security. This is by A.W.R. Hawkins, if I didn't mention that. The attendee said, "You have an armed security detail that is likely equipped with the same firearms and magazines you seek to ban the common citizen from owning. Does your life matter more than mine or my family's?" Bloomberg responded by admitting to having an armed detail and suggesting he needs armed protection because he gets more threats than the common man. On February 3rd, Breitbart News reported that Bloomberg enjoyed armed security even as he campaigned on a platform of gun control for the common man. The New York Post reported on Bloomberg referring to the NYPD as his own army while mayor of New York City. And on January 25, 2019, NRA-ILA reported that after his tenure as mayor ended, Bloomberg hired some of the same officers from his security detail to work for him privately. Yet he continued to push gun control for average American. In 2017, Fox News' Tucker Carlson pointed to the hypocrisy of Bloomberg's actions. So Bloomberg is campaigning on gun control for the common man, but availing himself of good guys with guns for self-protection. But don't take it from me. Obnoxious One said he got a Polar Pop the other day, but passed on the roller dog and clearing the throat. Well, I would recommend passing on the clearing the throat because, well, that could incite someone to violence. However, I cannot recommend passing on the cheddar brats because they are freaking awesome. Anyhow, let's hear this exchange in person. I'll probably stop it every once in a while to leave some commentary because I don't want to get a copyright claim on me for playing the whole thing in its entirety. So let's go ahead and listen.
You justify pushing for more gun control when you have an armed security detail that is likely equipped with the same firearms and magazines that you seek to ban the common citizen from owning. Does your life matter more than mine or my family's or these people's?
Now his response is telling here.
All right. Look, I probably get 40 or 50 threats every week.
I can't imagine why.
Okay, and some of them are real.
Right.
That just happens when you're the mayor of New York City or you're very wealthy, and if you're campaigning for president of the United States, you get lots of threats. So
And maybe when you're a totalitarian control freak jackass who's a severe authoritarian who wouldn't allow salt to be on the tables in your city and wanted to restrict people from buying more than 16-ounce sugary drinks. I mean, my beloved Polar Pop would not be possible in New York City under Lord Bloomberg's rule.
It's totalitarian, authoritarian, oligarch. Remember.
Okay, yes, I forgot the oligarch, my bad.
Okay.
I have a security detail. I pay for it all myself.
Good for you. I'm glad that you're able to afford that. And I truly am. I don't
You
begrudge.
don't think we haven't bought our own firearms?
I don't.
We just
begrudge-
haven't bought people with them.
I don't begrudge anyone the opportunity to go into business and do whatever they can to legally make a fortune or two or three or 100. More power to you. But you have to understand there, Bloomberg, that not everybody has the billions that you do and can afford their own armed security detail.
And they're all retired police officers who are very well trained. And
notice that he's making a point to say that they're retired police and they're very well trained, as if to point out that they're better and more capable than you or I or anyone else.
Firearms. Let me talk about firearms for a second.
That's not true.
The Second Amendment gives you the right to bear arms.
No, it does
Nobody
not.
suggests that we're going to change
The Second Amendment doesn't give you anything. The Constitution itself doesn't give you anything. The Constitution is not now, nor has it ever been, a document that bestows rights upon the people. The Constitution it doesn't give anything to anyone. It restricts government. That is why you hate it.
Constitution. Even if you wanted to, I don't think you'd get it done. So nobody's going to take away your right to bear arms.
No, you just want to restrict it.
Supreme Court said you can have reasonable restrictions. And
what's reasonable to you is not reasonable to me there, Mikey Mike.
only restrictions which I'm in favor of is to prevent us from selling guns to
anybody,
people with psychiatric problems, criminals, or people that are minors, okay?
Whoa, hold on. Stop
or
there.
people.
Stop there.
Go ahead.
Isn't it already against the law to sell firearms to criminals? By being a criminal themselves, aren't they not allowed to have firearms in the first place?
Well, hell, problem solved. Let's just go home.
I'm sorry.
And the federal law right now, if you go into a gun store, that law applies to all gun stores across America. You cannot buy a gun in a gun store where they won't do a background check, and all they do is look for those three categories: minor, if you're a minor, if you have psychiatric problems, or if you have a criminal record.
So then, why do we need any further laws?
The law does not apply to guns sold over the internet or in gun shops.
Not true, you
Not
lying
true.
son of a bitch.
Any gun sold over the internet has to go to a licensed dealer from where it was sold.
Yes.
Period.
Has to go to if I post an ad on Gunbroker and Night Strike buys my Chinese Type 53 Mosin. He wants to buy that. And I can send it, but I can't send it to him. I have to send it to a licensed federal firearms dealer, an FFL, who will then call Night Strike and say, hey, your boomstick is here. Come on and get it. He goes in. He fills out the Form 4473. He gets his background check. Background check comes back clear. Then and only then does he get the firearm.
I fill out the 4473, yes, but I also give them my CCW.
And in some places, yes, a concealed carry license will serve as your background check. It's the same way here in Ohio as well. The same thing applies to gun shows. Every sale from a licensed dealer. What Mike Bloomberg is talking about is restricting your right to sell your own legally acquired private property. And even though you are able to sell your own legally acquired private property to anybody you want, there are still some restrictions on that because you must not knowingly sell to a prohibited person. If you know that that person's prohibited, you're already not allowed to sell them. So, but
we're gonna have an
part
aneurysm.
of criminal is not understood in this. You know, criminals aren't going to, whether it's a private sale or not, they're not going to do a background check. Hell, we talked Friday about the DOJ study where absolutely 0% of criminals got their weapons through a licensed dealer.
Shows. Why? Because those two things came after the law that applies to gun stores
Again, you're a lying son of a bitch.
Was passed. Okay? And what I've tried to do is to just get every state, because the federal government doesn't seem to want to do it, to just check before they sell anybody a gun to make sure they're not in one of those categories where people really, I think most people would agree, should not have guns. And when you poll NRA members, that 85, 90% of them think that background checks, you say, no, I'm just telling you that we've done the study a number of times, don't, 80%.
Well, yeah, of course, you've paid for the study a number of times. They're going to give you what results you want. Duh. I mean, you've already stated publicly there, Mike, that when someone pays for something, they expect certain things in return.
I think you should have those
money,
restrictions.
they'll put whatever numbers you want on paper.
Yeah. So there you have it. Mikey Mike Bloomberg talking about how, A, he's more important than you because he's running for office. And he's a billionaire. And he's rich. And he was mayor of New York. So he deserves protection. And he deserves to be protected by the only types of people who should have firearms, people who are former police officers or who have this special training and, well, they're just plain better than you run-of-the-mill peasants who are too stupid to know that you shouldn't put too much salt on your food or you shouldn't have too much sugary drinks. And he apparently believes they're too stupid to know that the gun show loophole is bullshit. Discuss? Gentlemen?
Well,
you have been strangely silent this whole time.
One, he's from New York, so he's never seen a gun up close. Two, well, he's an idiot. He's already proven he's an idiot. You know, granted, he may be smart enough to make billions of dollars, but when it comes to actual politics and actually knowing the laws and what laws are already in place, he's oblivious and an idiot to them.
Yeah.
I mean, so just because you've been, yeah.
Squib.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know. Is there anything you would like to say on the topic?
I'll just stay silent.
Okay, awesome.
Squib probably wants to say something that you probably don't want him to say because it's the PG-13.
That might be. Let's see. Kinky says he'll always be there for midnight, so that's pretty darn sweet. I like to see such things. Let me go back out here to the chat. Let me go.
Should we start singing Kumbaya?
Bloomberg is for, Sean Callahan says Bloomberg is for reasonable gun safety, like guns only holding 3 rounds. Bull and Dookie. It's a wonder why I keep saying Bloomberg is an unlikable D-bag. Oh, yeah, because of him saying stuff like this. That's from Pancakes out there. It stops him from taking rights. Must be talking about the Constitution. Calavera says Budget's going to give himself an ulcer. Yeah, probably. 7 just got the notification. Oh, my. Scarf Inc. This Bloomberg is a nut job. Scarf, I don't believe I've ever seen your name out there, so welcome to the show. Let's see. We got Midnight Range still out there going bull. Kinky's filling it in. Let's see. 44.73 every time. Just want to scream at this little butthead. Bloomberg's nothing but a tyrannical scumbag full of treason. MB 13 13.2. What's the 13.2 signify? Easy to lie to people who know nothing on the subject. Absolutely right. John Callahan is expressing a very, I'm sure, universal thought when it comes to Bloomberg, but I'm not going to say that. Midnight Rain says, I just want to hear him tell the truth. I want to hear him say nobody should have a gun, and I want them all to get destroyed. But he won't say that because that's not what he believes, Midnight. He wants everybody but his goons to have guns. That's the difference. He wants you to be unable to resist whatever plans he has to force you to do whatever it is that he wants. He wants to do unto us like Stalin did unto the kulaks in was it Romania that he did that to him? But or the Ukraine? I can't remember which, but there was one where he just took all the food because they didn't want to go on to collective farms, so he just took all their food and starved them to death.
What's the kulaks?
Millions! Got rid of the peasant farmers and made them all go onto collective farms. They killed millions of them, starved them to death. And how was he able to do that? Because they didn't have no guns. Squib says, no, I'm trying to honor a request to limit my comments. Yeah, Scarf, we try not to talk. I saw what you put out there, and while I share the sentiment, we try not to have that out there in the chat. I try not to go that far. Someone like Lil Mike will never be able to see the benefits of guns, how many people use them for protection, and how much stronger our country is for having them. He's clueless. Again, he's not clueless. He's fully aware of what they are and what they do. That's why he doesn't want you to have them. It's that simple.
Well, here's another thing what people aren't grasping on and calling him out on. He just wants to run for president so he doesn't have to pay for private security anymore. So he can just have the Secret Service do it for free.
Yeah. No kidding. Well, no. It's never free. It's never free. It just transfers the cost to us.
Again, it's not coming out of his pocket. It's coming out of everybody else's pocket.
Yeah.
So whether he's stealing from us, as a president or as a private individual, he's still stealing.
Yeah, Sean Callahan brings up something else that was really, really dumb. He almost made, if it had been Second Amendment related, Bloomberg would have made it into Moron of the Week over this one. He says, Mike actually said he could teach anyone how to be a farmer. That just goes to show you that Bloomberg has absolutely no clue what farming entails. It was like, oh, you just dig a hole, you put in seeds, put in water, you grow food. Done. No.
Yeah, there's a little more to it. There's pesticides. Yeah. There's also keeping, besides just pesticides, there's keeping actual pests out of the fields. There's, there's also weeding the fields and spraying stuff down to keep weeds from growing inside the fields.
Nowadays, to be a successful farmer on a real profitable level, you pretty much have to have a degree in agriculture. You have to really study it and know the science behind it to make a real go of it anymore. Mom and pop walking behind a mule on their 40 acres ain't gonna do it anymore.
No, but again,
Scarf said money doesn't allow presidency or override the vote of the people. I hope you're right, because I suspect that money in the right places can get you to any damn thing you want, and we may find out.
I don't think he's going to be able to buy the DNC.
I hope not. I hope they hate him more than I hate blood in my stool.
Well, they weren't easy on him in South Carolina here, and he didn't get. And from what I heard, he hardly got any votes in South Carolina. Period. I mean, Biden was the winner here, and again, even before that, the debate before that is even worse. You remember they jumped all over him. They chewed him up and spit him out. So if he can teach anybody how to farm, somebody should really teach him how to actually have a debate, because he doesn't know how to debate anyone, much let alone himself.
Well, he deserves to be savaged by wild dogs, metaphorically speaking, of course. No, he deserves it. straight up. But of course,
he deserves he deserves something. I'm not going to say what because I don't want to be put on record for anything.
Yeah. Oh, if you don't think you're on a list already, you're nuts. How many times have you said shall not be infringed? You might as well be going.
I am on the list.
Might as well be saying Aloha Snack Bar and buying fertilizer.
I don't want to be on any more lists than I'm already on. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's better. So we have pretty much exhausted the mini Mike Bloomberg topic. So I think I'm going to go ahead and give the new people who are joining us just a little taste of how we normally close out the show and do a self-defense shout-out. For those of you who've never been here or have never hung around to the end, self-defense shout-outs are not where I'm reveling in the proposition that the bad guy has taken the room temperature challenge. It's where I'm reveling in the fact that the good guy had the means, method, and opportunity to prevent the bad guy from making him do it. So let's go ahead and go over to this last final topic. This is from WFMYnews2.com. Published first on February 29th, updated March 1st by Terrence Jeffries and Ben Smart. He shot him 4 or 5 times. Shopper shoots, kills armed robbery suspect in Greensboro. The suspect was shot by a customer in the store who had his own gun. Greensboro, North Carolina. The terrifying armed robbery lasted less than a minute, ending when a customer pulled out their own gun and shot the suspect 4 to 5 times. According to the Greensboro Police Department, 18-year-old Malik Harris tried to rob at gunpoint the convenience store NC Tobacco on the morning of February 29th. WFMY News 2 spoke exclusively with one of the owners of the family-owned business located on Summit Avenue. There were 3 or 4 customers in the store, and the guy came in and put the gun on all the customers, made everyone come at gunpoint, behind the counter, I guess, at gunpoint, said Adil Khawaja. While the store employees and customers were huddled behind the register, another unsuspecting person walked into the store. He grabbed her by the neck, brought her back behind the counter at gunpoint, Khawaja said. The situation took an unexpected turn when one of the customers took advantage of the distraction, pulling out their own gun and firing shots at the suspect. The customer shot him 4 or 5 times, said Khawaja. It happened in like 45 seconds, like 30 to 45 seconds. Bullets ended up shattering glass and piercing the store wall. The suspect was the only person struck. The 18-year-old was taken to the hospital where he later died from his injuries, according to Greensboro police. I wish it could have ended differently, said Khawaja. Personally, I don't want to see an 18-year-old kid die. He didn't even start his life yet. That was just a very, very poor decision in a state like North Carolina, where everyone has guns. Greensboro police says the investigation is ongoing. And I say, as I generally do, you play stupid games, and you will win stupid prizes.
But it's not moron of the week level.
Just about.
Just about. Yeah.
Evan says he hopes Biden wins the nomination. Trump will destroy him. I agree. I agree.
Well, it all depends on what happens on Super Tuesday.
Well, Sean Callahan says get ready for it. It's going to be a brokered convention. Mike's got the money in the Clintons. Yeah, never discount the fact that he could buy out the super delegates. I mean, look what happened to Hildebeest. She got pushed out when she was the favored nominee. Actually, let me reverse that. Look what happened to Bernie. He got pushed out by the Clintons, who somehow got all the super delegates to vote for her, and thus she got the nomination. So, yeah.
Yeah, but, they're booing Bernie pretty hard.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens on Super Tuesday. We'll see what we'll see. We'll see what the convention is anyway. We'll see what the convention's like, because that's going to be the telling thing.
I don't think they'll do a brokered convention because they stand a lot more to lose doing so.
Well, they already look like complete crooks from the last time when they did screw Bernie out of the nomination in favor of Hildebeest.
So you're just going to have people either, turn or go and say, well, he got it. So
yeah,
I think they're going to try and field Biden. That's what all points are going to Biden right now.
Yeah. Well, let me go ahead and before we go, for those that didn't catch it earlier, here's my commercialism, just so you know. For those that didn't catch it earlier, if you've been hanging around the channel, you already know this, but if you're new, you don't know that I'm doing a sticker sale/giveaway fundraiser for the NRA meeting this year. And it's over on my website, budgetgunsandgear.com, to which I just put a link out, and it looks like Night Strike beat me too. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Stickers came in, and they're cool. So super cool and awesome. But anyone who buys stickers, they're $10 a pop. Anyone who buys stickers gets a chance to win the fabulous prize package, which you can check out over on my website. I'm not going to make you guys go through all this stuff again. But there's 2 prize packages, one worth over $400, one worth around $150. That 2 lucky people will win. So go check it out. If you like what you saw here and you're new to the show, please like, share, sub. Consider becoming a patron on my Patreon account. Every little bit helps. Let me go ahead and let my esteemed panel give their final thoughts, words of wisdom, and give their own plugs. Tell you where you can find them. Squib, anything you'd like to add to the conversation in parting?
Nah.
Outstanding. It was great to have you tonight. I really was surprised at how hard a time I had keeping you reined in. And Night Strike, where can folks find you? Tell us about GunTube.
Yeah, check out guntube.org. Go to Night Strike 1 on YouTube. You'll find me there. So, that's it.
Outstanding. And as always, I would like to leave you guys with this. In these dark and dangerous times, tell your Congress critters and elected representatives what you think about these issues that we talked about today. Don't let them infringe upon our rights without knowing that you're against it. Send them snail mail, email, telephone, telegraph, carrier pigeon, smoke signals, tom-toms, semaphore, bicycle messengers. Do whatever you have to do to tell them what you think, and never, ever, ever give up the fight. I'll talk to you guys on the next one, and I am, as always, humbled and amazed that you spent this time with me.
Shall not be infringed.
Why is my outro not playing? Outro, play. Play. Source file is missing. No!
Well, technically, this isn't one of your shows without technical difficulties.
I know. Things were going so well that, I had to induce a technical difficulty here. Good God. Oh, you know what it is? I moved the stuff around on my desktop. Where the hell did I put that? I'm going to have to find that. That's going to drive me nuts.
There you go. There's 2.
Where did I put that stuff? 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 I didn't put that over in here, did I? Oh, man. I hate this amateur hour crap.
Well, good thing it's not Friday.
I know, right? Oh, I know where I put it. I put it someplace I shouldn't have oughta. There it is.